According to police reports, Cotton's Nest camera shows that another child and Frankie were left alone, strapped in car seats in her SUV for about 3 hours. The video allegedly does not show that Cotton ever took Frankie out of his car seat, changed him, or gave him any food or water.
She tortured my child. Hence the audio of the video, and he could be heard calling out for data over and over and over again until the video went silent.
I've said this plenty of times on this channel before. You have to be careful who you leave your children with. But you would never expect something like this to happen. I can't imagine the pain going through the family, but we'll get over into the few videos, and then we'll also get over into an AI breakdown just to get a little bit more information about this whole topic. But let's get over into it and see what our thoughts are.
And we begin with a tragic update to the breaking news we first brought you last night on WBZ.
A Martha's Vineyard 2-year-old boy allegedly left alone in a car for hours has died. The boy's babysitter, Amy Cotton, is now charged with manslaughter. Prosecutors say that Cotton was supposed to be babysitting the victim and a 1-year-old girl last Thursday, but instead of taking the kids inside her home, she allegedly left them in her car alone for hours. The Vineyard Gazette reports that the cause of death was hypothermia.
She left them in the car for hours. Hours. Let's go over into this next video and see what else we can find out. But hey, throw the book at her. At the end of the day, she failed to do her job, and she let these 2 little children stay in the house. One died and one, I'm assuming, survived, but I can't imagine what's going through the parents' head. Let's go over into this next video and see what we can find out about this whole.
The death of a little boy last March shocked the community of Martha's Vineyard. The toddler was allegedly left alone in a car for hours without food or water. And police ultimately charged a trusted babysitter with his death. Tonight, in an exclusive interview with WBZ's chief investigator, Cheryl Fiandaca, that little boy's father is demanding justice.
I love you. I love you.
Matt Rodenbaugh's son Frankie was a mini-me, 2 years old and a ball of energy.
What are you doing, Frank? Are we gonna go let the donkeys out?
Every day I'd come home from work, and he would, hear me coming, and the dogs would bark, and he'd run to the gate here and yell "Dada" and big huge hug. He'd hug everyone. Just a super happy little kid.
The family used a well-known and trusted babysitter on Martha's Vineyard to watch Frankie during the day. Amy Cotton came highly recommended.
We've known her for over 10 years. She watched my daughter, who's now 6, for the first 3 years of her life. I mean, she was somebody really close to us and somebody we trusted.
On March 13, 2025, the 41-year-old brought Frankie to her home here on Great Rock Road in Oak Bluffs. Hours later, she allegedly dialed 911, saying Frankie stopped breathing. Matt's wife, Julie, called him at work.
She said, Frankie's in an ambulance. He's not breathing. I just kept saying, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what happened? She's like, I don't know. I don't know anything. Amy called me crying.
Frankie was airlifted to Boston Children's Hospital in grave condition.
He lost consciousness. They lost his heart rate. There's not a lot of neurological signals going on right now. We're not really sure what happened. He's not doing well. They keep telling me we're very, 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 very worried about Frankie.
How do you not know what happened? Come on, were you high? Were you drunk? What do you mean you left him in the car? And it's even more shocking that this is someone who they constantly use. It's someone who they use to help babysit their daughter. All of this, and she made a mistake, I guess. I don't know if is that what you want to call it, but let's keep going into this video, y'all.
That's exactly how that would tell me. And I knew what that meant.
And this is your dad with
My
Frankie?
dad, Frank, yeah.
While Frankie was fighting for his life in Boston, Matt got the news that his father, Frank, who Frankie was named after, died after having a pacemaker put in.
I looked at Julie and she's like, what's wrong? And I said, my dad died.
Without a moment to grieve, the state police told Matt they had an update on the case.
And they said, we want to tell you that we're arresting Amy. And I remember my wife and I both were like, you can't do that. We love Amy. She's great.
The family was shocked until the police told them about the evidence they had.
We reviewed the video of the camera on the outside of the house.
Her house.
Her house. And we saw that Amy came home at 9 something. She exited the vehicle and went in her house. Okay. He said she didn't come back to the vehicle until around 12:30 or 1. I said, okay. He's like, she's the only one who exited the vehicle. And I said, what?
According to police reports, Cotton's Nest camera shows that another child and Frankie were left alone, strapped in car seats in her SUV for about 3 hours. The video allegedly does not show that Cotton ever took Frankie out of his car seat, changed him, or gave him any food or water.
She tortured my child. They hence the audio of the video, and he could be heard calling out for Dada over and over and over again until the video went silent.
Police say Cotton admitted while the children were in the car, she was inside the house cooking bacon, conducting personal hygiene, and prepared her son's hockey bags. As police were making their case, Frankie's condition worsened, and the family made the difficult decision to take him off life support.
It's horrible. I held his hand, and I just kept saying, go to Pap Pap.
Happy birthday, Papa.
Pap Pap is what Frankie called his grandfather. Matt has some peace believing that Frankie is with his grandfather. At the same time, he's demanding justice for his son.
She played Russian roulette with my son's life every day, apparently, and he didn't win this one.
Mama.
Amy killed my son.
Oh, no. I hope he's not telling us that this was constant. This is what she normally does. She leaves him in the car while she goes in there, does cook some bacon for some reason, and then prepares her son's hockey bag, does her showering or her personal hygiene stuff, and just leaves them in the car? Is this what she always does? I can't imagine the pain running through the parents. I can't imagine. Let's keep going.
Cotton is charged with manslaughter and has pleaded not guilty. Her attorney declined our request for comment. In February, the family filed a civil suit against Cotton. They also started a foundation and built a playground in Frankie's name. And there is some happy news. Just last week, the couple welcomed their third child, a boy. Cheryl Fiandaca, W.
This is an absolutely tragic story. Let's go over into the AI breakdown just to see if we can get a little bit more information about this case. But absolutely crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy. Let's get into it and see what else we can find out. So as we know, in March 2025, 41-year-old Anne-Marie Cotton was charged with manslaughter following the death of a 2-year-old boy, Frankie, in her care. On March 13th, she allegedly left a 2-year-old boy and a 1-year-old girl strapped into the car seat inside the SUV for approximately 3 hours while she performed her household chores, including cooking bacon and packing hockey gear. The boy was found unresponsive, not breathing, and blue. He was flown to Boston Hospital where he died a few days later from injuries sustained in the vehicle, including severe hypothermia. His body temperature was reportedly 14 degrees lower than normal. Cotton initially told police that she had only left the children in there for 15 minutes, but the Nest surveillance footage found from her home reportedly contradicted this account. She was initially charged with assault and battery on the child and reckless child endangerment, which was upgraded to manslaughter after the toddler's death. She pleaded not guilty to all charges. As of March 26, she is awaiting trial on manslaughter charges. She was released on bail with the condition of a GPS monitor, a curfew, and probation on prohibited from providing child care. In early 2026, the boy's parents filed a civil lawsuit against her for wrongful death. The family has established a GoFundMe to rebuild a local playground in Frankie's memory. The most heart-wrenching part of this whole story is that he could hear his son calling for his name, calling for Dada on the surveillance footage before it ultimately went silent. And I'm assuming he couldn't scream anymore. I can't imagine the anger that would be running through my mind at this moment. I truly can't. Wow. Now they are charging her with manslaughter because of course, I'm starting to understand manslaughter it's not a deliberate action. She didn't deliberately try to kill him. But I would like to know, did she constantly leave the kid in the car, or was this a one-time thing? This is a crazy situation. Just see if they have anything on AI for this. But the world is a crazy place. At the end of the day, yes, you need to be aware, or you can't trust your kids with everyone, but they constantly, this is a woman who they knew regularly. She watched their first child, watched this one. So let's look at this. So in court, prosecutors stated that Ann Cotton admitted to leaving the children unattended in the vehicle for extended periods on at least 5 prior occasions. During the questioning, Cotton reportedly confirmed to belief that she had left the children alone in the car previously, claiming that she did so for convenience. Prosecutors used these admissions to argue that her actions on the day of the incident showed an intentional, callous disregard for human life. The victim's father, Matt, expressed shock at the discovery, noting that Cotton had cared for his older daughter for the first 3 years of her life and was considered a trusted family friend. He later stated that she appeared to have played Russian roulette with his son's life. So as we know, it showed that she left the children strapped in. Cotton initially told investigators that she had the children inside playing and eating during that time, but the footage showed no record of the children entering the house. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. But how much time do you think she should get? Manslaughter, I think, depending on the place, depending on the situation or the location, manslaughter can run up to 20 years. Might be 30. I got to double check. But how much time do you think she should get? She should get the full 20? Or is this a case where she deserves to be locked up for the rest of her life? Tell me your thoughts on this situation, y'all. Tell me how you feel.